Hey, T-Bird fans, Ian Henry here with another episode of Top Shelf with GM Bil La Forge. It's a Friday morning. We're heading out to Tri-Cities to play the Americans in a couple of hours, and then we play Tri-Cities again Saturday night here at Accesso Showwear Center, 605. Bill, thanks for taking a few moments for us. We are 6-1-1, heading out to Tri-City tonight to play the Americans. What are your thoughts on our start of the season so far?
Yeah, I think we've had a great start. I think that guys have worked hard. We've battled through some adversity, and the coaches have our guys well prepared. I think it's been really impressive so far, and it's just the start. We got to keep going from here.
We've had a couple injuries on the back end, the blue line. Some guys have stepped up. What's been your vision on, or what have you seen from guys that stepped up more ice time? Obviously, to Jake Lee, Owen Williams. We got Reese Harsh back in the lineup. What's your thoughts on the blue line so far?
Yeah, I think all the defensemen have gone above and beyond what they may have thought they were going to be expected of. I mean, Ty Bauer's been unbelievable. Owen Williams stepping up offensively. Jake Lee's been great. Having Hershey out there last game was really nice as well. So, yeah, I know all of our defensemen have been really good, and I've been impressed, with all of them. So,
one guy that hasn't played, Jarret Tishka, he's missed some games. Is there anything you can tell us about his status, where he is along in his in getting back on the ice, and what his status is?
Yeah, he's out indefinitely as of right now. He's making progress. I would say that we can now see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think he can too. We should have another update coming in soon, but we're working with Montreal and with Jarret himself, and everything's going in the right direction. But he's not close to returning by any means.
One guy that has gotten some accolades last couple of days, Payton Mount. He's going to play for Team Canada at U17. He leaves November. I think the tournament's November 3rd through 10th, so he'll leave a couple days before that to join one of the Team Canada teams. What have you seen from his play to get this opportunity to play for Team Canada, and what does it mean for him and for the organization?
Yeah, Payton's been very good. I think that he got better. He's been better and better every game. I thought during the exhibition he wasn't around the puck as much, but then as the season started, when the real bullets started to fly, he got better, which is a good sign. He has the ability to play with good players. He makes people around him better. And him and Philper and Hammer were a real effective line there. So I think that he's going to do very well when he goes off to New Brunswick, and I'm excited about getting a chance to watch him, and our whole organization is really happy for him. So.
T-Bird fans, one of the things that happens in a Team Canada situation like this is Team Canada has scouts. Their head scout, Brad McEwen, was at a game, I believe, on Tuesday against the Americans. I think he chatted with you, Bill, but what's the process for Team Canada to reach out to a team like this and say, hey, we're watching one of your guys and he might get an invite? How involved are you in that process, and what do they tell the team as part of that process?
Yeah, we're not overly involved. I mean, they in Canada, they do all the summer camps and spring camps after the seasons are over. So, Peyton's been in the program for a while, as Jake was, and I think that Brad will always kind of keep me in the loop on how he's doing, and then I found out a couple days in advance of Peyton that he was actually going to make the team. So we're kept in the loop, and they do a good job. They have, obviously there's a lot of talent, and they try and keep the GMs in the loop as much as possible.
That's good. Yeah, that's good to know. Another aspect of scouting that fans might not know about, they might see them, but we have NHL scouts that come to games. They sit up above 112 and 110, and you'll see them around the outer bowl, and they're watching guys. They're watching guys like Volkin and Philp and Andrusiak as their free agents. They're watching draft guys like Lee and Hamelic. How involved are you when, say, a scout like a Winnipeg scout or an Anaheim scout wants to talk to a guy like Lee or Hamelic or Volkin or any of our guys? What's that? Can you sort of enlighten our fans on what the process is, sort of behind the scenes, on how that all works?
Yeah, I mean, I can be as involved or not involved depending on what the team wants. Some teams will call and book meetings or interviews with the players, so they usually do that through me or Matt or Russ or one of us. But usually I've been the one getting those calls, and then I'm also here, to answer any questions for them. I mean, part of my job is to push these guys on to new heights and help them develop into players at further levels. So whether it's talking to a university in Canada, Canadian university team, or an NHL team, we want to really help our players and push their talents forward. So
as you mentioned, that's one of your responsibilities. In regards to other responsibilities, we're into the season. You obviously had certain responsibilities in training camp, watching guys, picking the team, working with the Russ and Matt and all the coaches. Do your responsibilities now change at all now that we've started the season, or does they take on a different focus as opposed to preseason start of the season?
Well, no, I don't think it changes. I mean, I'm just like everyone else in the office. I come in every day trying to make the team better and, trying to make the players, make sure their experience is as good as possible. And our player experience here is off the charts good. And so I talk to the coaches and, work on making the team better. So no, I don't think it's changed a whole bunch. It's definitely exciting, and every day is different, but it's always the same, if that makes any sense.
No, it makes total sense. One of the things, beginning in October, you went to the general manager meetings in Calgary. First time at those meetings as a general manager. What was that experience like for you, in the extent of, is it an opportunity for you to meet new GMs, or just sort of meet all the GMs, maybe some that you haven't met, or is it just to rekindle relationships with other GMs and other team executives?
Yeah, I mean, I've been around the league a long time, not in this role, but I've been around the league, so I know most, if not all the GMs, and know them pretty well. But it's always a time to, when we're gathered in one place, there's conversations that happen, and most of them are about hockey.
I would think so. Since our last episode, we've made a player move. Loden Schaffler added on the blue line. Can you tell us about what he brings to the team?
Yeah, Loden's he's a strong kid. He skates pretty well. I really like his puck play on the offensive blue line. He has his ability to get shots through is really good. He brings depth for us. We've run into some injury problems and the odd suspension. So it's important for us to have depth back there, and he does that, and he'll push, and the competition for ice time is going to be exciting, and it's going to make all of them better. So.
Last question for you. Last Saturday, we had some members of NHL to Seattle out. Todd Lewicki, Dave Tippett were here, took in the game, some of their other staff and their family. As this NHL to Seattle process is taken hold in the city, and they're waiting for their December 3rd and 4th vote, they were here. Have you had any interaction with the group there, and what do you think it means overall to potentially have an NHL team here in Seattle?
Well, it's very exciting, first and foremost. I mean, I come from a city that has an NHL team, and I can tell you that it's when playoff time comes around, it's something to behold. So I'm really excited about the team coming here. I personally haven't had a lot of contact. I know they've been in contact with Russ and Colin, but I think it's really exciting, and it's just going to help ground root hockey. I think too. If your local heroes are playing a sport, you want to emulate them. Mm-hmm. So I think it's great for hockey. I think it's great for the area, and I'm really excited about it.
So are we, Bill. T-Bird fans, thanks for joining us for this episode of Top Shelf with GM Bil La Forge. We play the Tri-City Americans tonight on the road, then we're home tomorrow, 6:05, Accesso Shower Center.